This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yeah, fun episode today. Some good bits in there. Talked about getting called fat. I noticed Belle had a few situations. I had a few. No one's ever called you fat before, Ben? You certainly didn't share a story in the podcast.
No, I used to, when I was a kid, you go through like your chub stage, people used to say, it's just your puppy fat, which now in hindsight, it's kind of an upsetting term. It's like puppy fat.
It's just your
Depends
puppy
how
fat.
old you are. I feel like 5.
Yeah, if you're 18.
that's
Yeah, it's kind of
okay.
weird. No, I reckon I went through a stage where I was probably like, I don't know, 10 to 12 maybe, or maybe it was like 9 to 11.
I've seen your school photo of that age, I think. Yeah, you got a bit of a round face.
Mum and Dad didn't used to I wouldn't get home from school and Mum would be like, what do you want for food? Like, Mum was like out the back working with Dad, so then I used to we had a deep fryer. I used to just fry up chips, you know what I mean? Dim Sims.
I love that.
What?
I used to rinse the deep fryer.
After school dimmies.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I went through a stage of like 20 to like 26.
Now.
Yeah. But before that, always extremely skinny. Anyway, let's not just talk about our weight. There is lots of other things in the podcast. Enjoy.
I'm feeling a little bit hurt this morning. I need some emotional support. My lovely boyfriend, Luke, he called me fat.
Oh, Belle.
Belle, look, whenever you need emotional support, you know exactly where to come to.
Oh, yeah, you guys the best.
Old Uncle Ben and Liam have got you.
Call yourselves uncle.
We're kind of like your uncles.
No, you're not.
We're like your
You are my
supportive uncles.
children.
We're like your wise uncles.
No, I tell everyone you're like my kids. Got to herd you around and bring you in. But
Come on, let's give you some support.
I found this dress that I absolutely adore.
Nice.
And it's
What brand was it?
Verge Girl.
I love Verge Girl.
Oh, yeah, Verge Girl.
You know your uncles love Verge Girl.
That's creepy. And no, so I went to order it online and I was so excited.
Yeah.
And as you do, I'm looking at it going, yeah, definitely want to spend this money. I'm going to make the call. Scroll down to the sizes where you click your size to order. And they only had size 6 or 8 left.
Can I just stop you there, Belle? I don't know what that means. When people say, I fit in a size, like, I don't know that. I know like a large, medium, extra large. I understand that, but I don't. What is the equivalent of an 8?
An 8 is a small.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I average about a 10 to 12, depending.
So it's like a medium.
Yeah, usually a medium. And
That's good. I'm in an XL. And that's tight.
well,
Old XL Uncle Liam.
Yeah, your uncle over the
Same.
years has had a few beers.
Right, so you didn't have the size you desired.
yes, and I was sitting with my lovely boyfriend Luke, and I said, damn, they've only got size 6 and 8 at the moment. And he was like, well, get the 8 and then just, inspire yourself. You can use it as motivation to lose weight. And I was like, okay, well, to me, being a girl, I sat there and I was like, that is the rudest thing you could ever say. You're supposed to say, nah, baby, you fit into an 8 if you really wanted to.
If you
but
believe.
Instead, he said, use it as motivation.
Yeah, I get it. He was essentially saying, I agree, you can't fit into
I'm
an
too
8
fat.
unless you work real hard.
In his head, he's thinking, that's like a nice thing to say, to be like, yeah, cool, Christmas we can be better, New Year. So he sort of, but he's just, he's probably missed the mark on that one.
Yeah.
He's supposed to support me. And so I went on the wait list for size 12 because clearly that's where I am, which is not even bad.
Yeah,
like I said, that's average.
Well, look, it happens all the time, though, these sort of off-the-cuff things. I mean, we were filming something yesterday, guys. Some ads for the new show. And did you notice there was one point where they had all the lighting set up and the sound crew and stuff, and they were talking in the corner, and then they pulled me out of the room. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And then I came back in.
Yeah.
Did you realise anything?
Did they change your shirt?
Yeah. So they took me out and they were like, we're just gonna do a little outfit change. And I was like, why's that? Is the colour clashing? And they said, it looks a bit snug. That's a nice way of saying you look like a big fatty in that shirt.
For sure.
We're gonna get you a bigger shirt.
Look, it does happen. 13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz. We'd love to know, how did you get told you were fat without being told you were fat? You know what I mean?
Inadvertently, someone sort of said, you're fat.
Yeah.
And everyone cops it.
I've just remembered another one actually quickly. So I do pole dancing for fitness, and a few weeks ago I was learning
Uncle Ben and Liam, no.
I think we got to drop this Uncle thing. It's
Especially now.
real weird now, Ben.
We were learning a new move, and my teacher came up to me and she said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "I'm just really struggling to get my grip on this one." She said, "Oh, it's unusual because girls with bigger thighs and all."
No way.
And I just went, "Yeah, well, not this time, eh?"
It's also hard to grip on the pole when you've cried so much that there's moisture all the way down it as well.
As expected, we've already got quite a few calls.
Brooke joins us in Point Cook. We've asked the question, how did you get told you were fat without being told you were fat? Did someone pass a snide comment at you?
Hi guys. Yeah. So I'm an Australian size small, which is an 8.
Yeah.
But when I went to Vietnam, I went into a boutique and I put a size small on. And when I sat down, the zip burst.
Oh.
And Vietnamese people are so kind and lovely. They didn't want to tell me that I needed to go up in a size. So they just walked over with a size large and said, "Oh, maybe put this on." And I was so annoyed and stubborn at the same time. I was like, "No, can you grab me another size small and I'll fit into it?" So I propped it on, zipped it up, and just out of spite, I bought the small, and it was probably too small. They were so kind.
See,
They were so kind. I just refused to get the large, and but yeah, I probably should have got it. But they were so kind.
Brooke, what you should have done is what I do all day, every day, which is I live in pants and jeans, and you boys can probably see me do this. Whenever I sit down, I always undo the fly, and I just let it hang out.
Which is a real thing that, dads do after a big dinner, or Belle just at work. She's like, she lets it all hang.
I do. Life's too short to sit there not being able to breathe.
Brooke, thank you very much. Lydia joins us now in Greendale. Good morning. How were you told you were fat without being told you were fat?
Hi, guys. I don't know if my reception's okay, but my family does this thing that if they see someone that's put on weight, or if they see me put on a few kilos, they'll be like, "Oh, like, they look comfortable. Like, you look comfortable."
Yeah, right.
So it's like a politer way of saying, "Oh, no, you've actually put on a heap of weight."
Yeah.
So I haven't heard that one before.
I was like, "Oh, you look comfortable."
Yeah.
I've heard my family says, "Oh, they've been in a good paddock."
Yeah. Feed them.
Yeah.
That's just outright saying someone's fat.
That's just saying that, yeah.
That's not even hiding it.
Oh, you've been in a good paddock.
Oh, feeding with the good stock, have you?
Joe joins us. Good morning, Joe. How were you told you were fat without being told you were fat?
Hi, guys. I am loving the show to start off with.
Joe, love to hear it.
My story was about 5 years ago. It was a Sunday, doing a charity walk, 30 Ks around Albert Park, St Kilda, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Night before, we were out partying, didn't get back to the accommodation till like 2 a.m. Anyway, wake up, thought, when you exercise, you wear shorts and a T-shirt. Got there late, and they gave us complimentary, one of those cycling tops.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, we ended up doing the walk with my best mate, and we're doing it. It's hailing, everything like that. Worst possible weather to wear shorts in. Anyway, get towards the end. We're very proud of ourselves for finishing this walk. A woman comes up to me and says, "I've been watching you on and off this whole thing." And she goes, "Oh, my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. How far along are you?" I was so proud of myself. Hadn't done any exercise. I'm not an exercise person. And to get all that way, and my mate, he was in hysterics. He cheated him up so much. He thought that was the best thing that anyone could ever say.
Oh, that's
Just-
awesome.
And I'm there going, "Oh my God."
Who's confident enough to go up to
do
a
that?
complete stranger, even when people are clearly like 12 weeks pregnant?
Yep.
I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
better not, just in case.
Absolutely. Baby's in the pram, and I'm still unsure.
Yeah, you're like, were they? Who knows? Better not mention it.
For the record as well, Belle, you don't need to lose weight.
No, not at all.
And it's taken you. We started talking about this 20 minutes ago.
Oh, she's been
Now-
timing.
She's got the iPhone timer out.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Growing up, yeah, I did. I had a growth spurt, not upwards, but outwards, as my mum used to say. And I do
thanks,
remember.
Mum.
I do remember there was one night that stuck with me that my mum was serving us all dinner, and we all got vegetables on our plate and some other stuff, and my two brothers got sour cream on their plates, and then I asked my mum for some sour cream, and she said, "You don't need any."
Oh my God. Jackie
You can
Jackson.
see that this has stuck with me. I was
You've had enough cream.
Enough cream for you, Belle.
Anyway, so yeah, 13, 2014. How you told you were fat without being told you were fat?
Gay in Preston. How did you get told?
It was actually my sister. Good morning and welcome to Melbourne.
Thank you very much.
Gay. Appreciate it.
My sister was holidaying in Thailand and she was shopping, and she's a bigger girl, and she went into this store and said, "What size is this?" And they said, "One size fits all, but not for you."
That is something you would hear in your nightmares for years.
That's great. I'm sorry, we shouldn't laugh that.
Oh,
No, we should.
So Gay started by saying she's a bigger girl,
Yeah.
which is...
No, look, you gotta laugh, otherwise you cry.
Yeah.
Lexi in Berwick, was this you or someone else?
Yeah, this is me.
All
for
right,
it.
go on,
How you
Lex.
going?
Good.
So, my story is I work in retail and I was helping a customer shop for her daughter, and she's about the same age as me. And the customer, I asked her what size she thought she would be, and she didn't know. She held up the top up to me, and she said, "Oh, she might be around the same size." Oh, actually, no, she's quite a bit smaller than you.
Are you for real?
Oh my goodness!
You're not getting paid enough for that kind of behaviour.
That is unbelievable, Lexi.
It's 610. Hallelujah, it's 610.
Yep, the 610 quiz. Very simple. We got 5 questions. They're all relatively easy because it is early in the morning, but the best thing is if you win the 610 quiz, if you're the last caller, that means you get to choose the next song we play.
And I think Ben from Karen was very keen to choose between the songs this morning. Ben, good morning. You were calling in a fair few minutes ago.
Yes, good morning. How are we all?
Very good, thanks,
very
Ben.
well. I don't know if you've heard, but it's Gravy Day, from the Paul Kelly song. What's your favourite type of gravy? That's question 1.
Oh, my favourite type of gravy. A bit of Ice Cube back in the day.
You're talking about like gravy, as in like dank gravy in your ears. No,
Yeah, right. No, we meant like the gravy.
the actual sauce, like the condiment.
Special sauce. A bit of Gravox with a bit of mint sauce in that.
I really like you, Ben. You're a bit of a guard.
So you're putting mint sauce in your gravy?
Yeah, a bit of sour cream as well mixed in, make it nice and creamy.
Oh,
Yeah, whilst listening to them old school Ice Cube beats.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, O.J. Simpson has set the record straight on whether he's Khloe Kardashian's father, denying it strongly. Which sport is he famous for?
O.J. Simpson was boxing.
He was not a boxer.
Oh, sorry, Ben.
He was a murderer and something.
He was an NFL player.
Well, you don't
hang
think
on.
he was a
No,
murderer?
hang on. No. I realised after I said that, yes, he was.
Well, he wasn't convicted, but he definitely was. Carolyn,
don't know
Hell of a football player, though.
from what you think O.J. Simpson's...
Hell of a what, Ben?
Football player. Did he play football?
Yeah. Which kind of gives it away.
That's that answer then.
Carolyn, if you had a keen ear, you might have picked up there. What sport did O.J. Simpson play?
Oh, sorry, Karen, go again.
NFL.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
well done.
Say.
Justin Bieber is outraged that H&M is selling his merch without approval. What's the collective name of Justin Bieber's fans?
Believers.
They are Believers. Season 3 of Emily in Paris, or Emily in Paris, drops on Netflix today. Can you name a place in France that isn't Paris?
Come on, Caroline, you got this.
Oh, come on.
It's a big country.
It is a big country.
Think of a type of drink or alcohol.
Champagne.
The Champagne,
Well
Champagne
done.
region, yep. Put it on
Ben
a
was
plate
looking
for
at
you.
me like, I don't know if
Well,
that's
I was
right.
looking at you because you basically gave it on a plate.
I'd love if you went,
Well, sorry, you said the answer.
yeah, you guys...
Was it
Let's
You
not
guys
play
are both cooking
favourites.
this. Do you mind if I'll just ask the questions from now and you guys just keep quiet instead of giving all the answers away? Last one here, Carolyn, and you're going to get to pick the next song we play if you get this right. 2 thumpers. Okay, so we're going to need your singing voice. Robbie Williams has donated his pink outfit that he wore when performing at the grand final to the McGrath Foundation. Can you finish these lyrics?
When love is dead, I'm loving angels instead.
And through it all, you're
offers me protection.
A lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong.
Well done, Carolyn. You've won the 610 quiz.
Yay!
All right, you get to choose now the next song we're playing. This is a big deal.
Two titans of the music world clashing this morning. A lot of power in your hands, a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. So let's find out what's on your mind. Would you like to hear Thirsty Merc?
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime.
Which we had to put into the system.
Baby, in the summertime. And even if I had to wait till
We had
next
to protest because they didn't have it on the system at Nova 100. Or would you like to hear Hinder?
It's really good to hear your voice saying my name. It sounds so sweet.
It really is going to be a win-win this morning, whatever you choose.
Everyone's a
Bangers.
winner. Two bangers, Carolyn. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Thirsty Merc.
All
I
right.
had you down as a Merc girl.
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime.
We have only got 4 sleeps until Christmas.
Is it feeling Christmassy for you yet, Belle?
It kind of is. I think because we've finally got the hot weather, it's starting
Yeah.
to feel like it's
That
coming.
certainly helps. Ben, are you in the Christmas spirit?
I'm starting to feel in the spirit.
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but we're actually pretty tight with the big man, St. Nick. Where
do we meet him again?
Some
So
sort of...
his number comes in the address book when you come to Nova 100. It comes with Prime Minister. You get Santa.
Yeah. But Liam and I met him once.
Yeah, we got blind with him at...
No, you did.
We did.
Yeah, no, it was something. It was, it was that eggnog. They brought out that new eggnog. There was like an event for this
That's
eggnog.
right.
Yeah, and he was like...
An event for eggnog.
That's
He got
right.
hosed.
Anyway, it doesn't matter how we got this guy's number. We do have it. Ben's punched it in now. Why don't we give him a call to see how Santa's going before Christmas?
Hopefully he answers.
Hello, Santa speaking.
Oh, Santa, how you doing? It's Ben, Liam and Belle from Nova 100.
Well, hello, Ben, Liam, and Belle.
It's so good to speak to you, Santa. Have we got you at a good time? What are you up to right now?
Excuse me, Kevin. No, nothing sharp. Look, he's a rascally.
How's Mrs. Claus going?
We don't talk about Mrs. Claus. There was a privacy contract that we signed in the prenuptial, so we don't talk about Mrs. Claus.
Privacy clause, very good. Hey, just back on Kevin, the elf, the naughty one. Between us, Santa, have you ever had to fire an elf?
Well, I haven't actually had to fire an elf. We have kept them in a dark room for a couple of hours. Just a little, just to straighten up.
A bit like in Matilda, the Chokey. You guys remember that film, Matilda?
You are rascals, yes, you are rascals.
I don't know if you've got your list in front of you. Just wanted to do a quick check. Am I personally on the naughty or nice side this year?
We have been a committee, there's been some discussion, and Mrs. Claus is involved with that as well, and the elves. And there is a lack of coal this year, because it's not very sustainable. You're on the good list, Liam. You're on the good list. You all are.
Oh, we all are.
Aw,
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah, all right.
Surprise.
I mean, Belle does pole dancing as a sport. Some would say...
That naughty.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a
It's
bit
a
of a...
bit hard to fit a pole in a sack. So we might have to get some expendable poles.
No, I meant more like, would that end her up on the naughty list because it is, it's a bit scandalous,
Oh, well, Mrs. Claus has been some pole dancing. It's good for the abs and it's good for the thighs as well.
Wow, so Mrs. Claus is into pole dancing. Interesting.
Yes. Oh, yes, actually, the club around the corner every Friday night. We go there and Mrs. Claus does a bit of pole dancing.
Is that what the North Pole's for?
Look, Santa, we know you're a busy man, so we'll let you go get back to making those presents for December 25th.
Oh, what? Can I leave you with a Christmas joke?
Yeah, 100%.
Kevin told me this just before you called. What will Miley Cyrus and her family be having for Christmas dinner?
What?
A Christmas twerky. Merry Christmas.
See you, Santa.
Good stuff. Thanks, Santa. A 92-year-old has gate crashed her ex's funeral and stole the show. The family of the deceased are furious about the whole thing. Footage has gone viral on TikTok of the granny getting ready for the big funeral.
Get ready with me for my ex's funeral. He died last week and I want to go see him so I could say so long. I don't want to put too much makeup on. I don't want to steal the show. You can't forget the lipstick. There it is. He used to like this color. I'm going to pick up a jacket and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to wear my fake fur. This is the outfit. This is the outfit. I don't want to look too nice because this is a funeral.
I love her so much.
Slay, Nana.
She's got great energy.
And she's got the big fur coat on. Looks a little bit like Cruella de Vil, but like in a nursing
She
home.
doesn't look 92 either. Like,
No.
and you can hear the way she talks. She's got energy.
Yeah, well, she's got so much spite in her for all her former lovers. That's probably what's keeping her going. But yeah, like she apparently, the family were just like furious about the whole thing, and then they're even more annoyed that she's been posting videos on TikTok. We think it's pretty funny. So we wanted to ask the question this morning, 13-24-10. What happened at the funeral? Maybe someone rocked up who wasn't supposed to be there.
Maybe something went wrong that was organised. It didn't go to plan.
Maybe the coffin was dropped. Does that happen often?
Do you remember that story earlier in the year? There was that family who, when the funeral was happening, they opened the coffin and it wasn't
Was
there.
the wrong, yes.
I believe it was their mum. It wasn't the mum in there.
Someone did the old
It
switcheroo.
was somebody totally different.
And then they tried to say,
that's not my mum. And then they said, oh, okay, can we proceed
Yeah,
with the
can we
funeral
just go with
and
it?
pretend it is?
That's right. They were on 60 Minutes or something.
Yeah. And they did. They went ahead with the funeral pretending it was their mum in there.
oh, this is an old man.
Yeah.
We just put a wig on him. 13-24-10. What happened at the funeral? Nicole in Ringwood. What happened at the funeral?
Hey guys, love your show by the way.
Oh, thank
You?
So we'd had a very nice church service, all proper and everything, and then we went to the cemetery for the burial, and the pallbearers pick up the coffin, and they go, it's all very heavy and very somber, and they go to put it in the hole, and it wouldn't fit.
Oh.
So they had to jiggle this way, jiggle that way, try feet first, head first, do this angle, do that angle. And I could see the sweat pouring off the pallbearers because this thing is heavy.
Yeah.
And in the end, they just had to put her beside the hole, and we carried on.
Oh,
Let us sit there for a bit.
Literally didn't get laid to rest.
It's like, it sounds like you're trying to, have removalists get a couch out of an apartment or something like that with the way they're doing it. Like, you go up, jiggle around, go to the left.
Why you just dig the hole the same every time?
Well,
Yeah.
you would think. I mean, obviously someone's cutting corners and trying to
That
just get
poor gravedigger as well is probably watching it all going, shit.
Thanks, Nicole. Gavin in Cranbourne, what happened at the funeral?
Morning, guys. How are we?
Very good.
Yeah, enjoying the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gavin.
Yeah, it was a few years ago, probably about 20 years ago now. My grandma passed away, and my girlfriend at the time, she was basically a bit upset with me that I wasn't standing next to her at the burial. So I was basically consoling my dad because it was my dad's mum.
Yep.
And obviously my two sisters and my mum as well, all pretty close. My grandma actually brought me up because mum and dad were always at work, so I was pretty heartbroken.
Yeah, of course.
We went back to the house for the wake. All family and friends were there, and she pulled me aside, took me out to the back and said, "Oh, look, I need to tell you something." I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" And she goes, "Oh, it's over. We're breaking up."
She broke up with you?
Your grandma's funeral?
Oh, my God, Gavin. That is unbelievable.
I don't believe that. You're kidding. So what? And what did you? I mean, I suppose if you were crying, you would have just blended in at the wake, like it wouldn't have. No one would have known
Also,
anything was wrong.
it's a minor thing compared to the death of your
Yeah,
grandma.
I guess in the
really.
grand scheme of things, it would have been like a blip on the radar.
Yeah.
I mean, just what happens after that? Does she hang around and have a few of the wake quiches, or
Oh, no, gosh, she was a bit stingy. She sort of hung around. My background actual language, so we got this thing called love cake, which everyone loves. So she took about 3 or 4 handfuls of that and took off.
Yeah, right. Oh, she even had a bit of cake in a Tupperware container to go home.
God.
Noelle in Eltham, what happened?
Hi, guys. Love your show. It's been great listening to it on my way to work.
Well,
haven't you?
It means a lot. Honest question. Does someone ask you behind the scenes to say that? Because a lot of people have been saying that, and I'm just like...
We're very sceptical of it.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No, you're doing a great job.
So no one paid you to say that?
No, I mean, if they want to, they can.
You don't have any ties to Nova. You're not in the sales team or anything like that?
Definitely not. But happy to be employed, looking for a job, you know.
All right, Noelle. Well, look, we really appreciate you listening. This is like our third week, so this close to Christmas
No, you're
means a
doing a
lot.
great job. Well done.
Thank you. All right, hit us with your story.
All right. So my grandmother was sleeping with a married man, so he was having an affair.
Mm-hmm.
And post-coitus, one day he died immediately.
Don't laugh.
What's kind of funny?
Well, she said post-coitus, and then she said he died.
I can say it now because she's no longer around.
Yeah.
And so they had to call his wife and children to let them know that he'd died and where he was.
Yeah.
And at the funeral, she decided that she wanted to go. She was very specifically told not to attend, but she decided she would attend, and she took a single red rose and walked the length of the church down the aisle to the coffin and placed this single red rose on the coffin. And turned around and looked at the wife and then went and sat down.
Wow.
So then the wife gets up, walks up to the coffin and removes Rose, looks at my grandmother and then goes and sits down.
What a power move.
My God.
Yeah,
that's
and then my grandmother just lost it. How dare she do this? How dare she do this?
One detail that we kind of moved past quickly, but I wouldn't mind getting some more light shed on. So when they were sleeping together, he passed away. Then you said that she had to then call the family. Did she have to then call the family as the mistress they didn't know about and say...
Yeah, so that is correct.
Also, you know, I don't want to take it to the gutter, but, I mean, your grandma must have been to die for.
She was one of a kind, I can tell you. Yeah.
She rocked the world.
She rocked his world. Nana went like the clappers.
I know it's bad, but the power move of walking up and putting that rose on it.
Oh, the way you set the scene there, Noelle.
I love it.
Great story. You said you wanted a job. I think you can actually get a job working with us. I mean, that was an excellent story. The hard-boiled egg has been toppled after 4 long years. Remember, Kylie Jenner had a huge post on Instagram, had 18 million likes, and then someone put up this world record egg. Everyone jumped on that. 57 million people liked that, in fact. Well, now Leo Messi, after becoming probably the greatest of all time, winning the World Cup for Argentina earlier in the week, his post of him holding that hallowed trophy, 65 million. So it's well cleared the egg now. But I think all the Ronaldo fans are liking the egg to try and get the egg sort of back up there. If you are on Instagram liking one of the 2 posts, make sure you check out the Ben Lehman Belle page. I know this is our 3rd week on Nova 100. We have been doing a show for many years, so you might see some old stuff there and sort of get a bit more of an idea of the show. Also, we put up a video yesterday of Belle and I in bed together. Oh, scandalous.
It did get a few reactions in the comments.
It did. Yeah, one said, there's definitely something going on off air.
I just want to say for the record, there isn't. If anything, it's between Ben and Belle.
Why?
What?
I just thought I'd throw some, intrigue and mystery around the show. You know,
you want to see
it's between Ben and Lee.
If you want to see the video of Liam in bed with Belle, it is on Instagram now. Go, go, go. Liam, you disgust me, and you don't even know what you've done.
I mean, yeah, my mind's running wild, but I don't have any answers for you.
You and I went to Woolies yesterday for lunch, and you snuck off to the snack aisle and you got yourself a little snack, correct?
I mean, I'm not going to take aero hate if that's what this is about.
No, because you did get yourself some chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
You got yourself 2 chocolates, actually, and I was blown away by the selection. Aero that's passable.
I was going to say that's a fun snack having the Aero.
Aero is overrated.
Aero,
Which
I
Aero
agree.
did you get?
Excuse me. How many? Well, obviously the green one.
Ew.
How many chocolates have little bubbles in them?
Yeah, I agree. Aero for me wouldn't be my go-to choice, Belle. I don't think it's
freshens
delicious.
breath and it's a snack.
I think the texture's fun.
Well, some people have chewing gum. I eat
Yeah.
a bar of Aero. You know.
Aero for me was excusable.
When they brought Aero in, that changed the chocolate game. Really, I think. I remember, like, I was old enough to remember when Aero came in.
Yeah.
Same with Pods. Like, that was a game changer.
Pods and Boost.
It was
When
like if
Boost was a game changer.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No one's changed the chocolate game in a while, have they?
No, that happened.
Well, I mean, chip, like the Pods, like chips and chocolate together. It's just like revolutionary. Like that's
The thing that you got that really annoyed me, and I could see the happiness in your eyes when you grabbed it, but you, out of all the chocolate to choose from, you got Top Deck.
That's such a Liam.
Such a Liam.
my favourite chocolate.
It's
Such
so
a lame chocolate
Bar
to choose.
having bubbles. What is better than,
Are you serious?
You
white
like your
and
combos, don't
milk
you?
together?
I don't understand. That's such a child choice. Like Top Deck is so.
I cop this as well. So this is why I only can eat Top Deck around work, because I can't at home. With my fiance, I've got to have bloody fruit and nut.
Fruit and nuts are great.
Pretend like I'm an adult.
No, I think the root of the issue is actually way deeper than that. The fact that you go out of your way to buy chocolate in the middle of the day, that is actually what gets
Well,
to me.
I've got to
Who
eat.
does that? That's a really bad habit.
Hey, baby, I got to get my Top Deck fixed somewhere. All right?
You don't need it.
And now I'm finding out I'm not safe at work either.
Because with Top Deck, for me, I'm like, why don't you just get white chocolate or you just get milk chocolate? Why are you getting this weird combination of both?
Have you seen Hannah Montana? Mix it all together, get the best of both worlds. Hello?
Have you had the triple deck or whatever it is?
What the heck is that?
That was when they had was there the pink chocolate?
Dark milk and white.
Christ. I completely missed that. That's really? Is that still around? That's right up my alley.
That
Look,
is.
I knew that you were going to back in Top Deck to the grave.
I
knew
love
that
Top Deck.
You were going to
You
stand
can do
by
this
that.
fun thing as well where you like
Oh, yes.
You bite
you
the
kind of
top
go
off.
and you bite like the so you use your teeth and you sort of bite it on an angle and then you get the white bit and then there's the sort of milk chocolate
That
still there
goes
and then
to
you can
Ben's
enjoy
point,
that.
though. If
later.
you're doing that,
You should just get a white.
I once ate all the white off a block and kept the it took me a long time.
You know what's my favourite chocolate bar? I don't know if this is unpopular or not, but I like Snack. I think Snack
What
is
is that?
underrated.
I
It's
don't
the
know
one
what
with
Snack
all the different fillings.
whoa,
It's the
hang
one
on,
with like
what?
strawberry,
Hang on.
toast, like that.
ew.
You're calling me a child and you're eating little pineapple ones next to strawberry ones and coconut.
That's not childish. That's adventurous.
That's actually real 80-year-old behaviour.
That's more childish, having little cream-filled chockies.
I would love
I'm just
to know.
having Top Deck. I'm only mixing two flavours.
Well, you know what the best is actually? 70% Lind.
No.
Like, you got to bite into it and be like, oh boy.
That's
No.
And it's good for you too, I think.
the cacao powder. Yeah, if I wanted to eat dirt, I'd lick the
dirt.
ground. I'd lick the ground.
Antioxidants.
All right. Well,
I don't
you,
want antioxidants when I'm eating chocolate. I want flavour. You know what I'm
you
saying?
have both chosen extremely undesirable chocolates.
So Ben, you like Snack. I would say majority would say that's unpopular.
and rum and raisin.
That's correct.
Okay, you're an old man. I have gone for the Top Deck.
Yeah.
Belle has opted for the 70%, which is like the worst possible chocolate I could imagine.
I don't know. Have you had 90%? Now
Whoa.
that's a party.
How to
like
put hair on your upper lip.
That's like smoking a cigar, having 90% chocolate. What are we doing? what's your favourite chocolate? Or?
Well, yeah, I was going to do unpopular food opinions, but now I kind of want to do what's the best chocolate bar.
We're really doing that. Week 3. Whoa.
No, let's do 13, 24, 10. Unpopular food opinions. I'd love to know if there's a food you love that everybody else thinks is pretty ordinary.
And we'll-
13, 24, 10.
Also get your favourite chocolate maybe at the same time.
Jane in Phillip Island, go for it.
Salted licorice.
Salted licorice.
Two flavours I wouldn't have put together. I will just put my hand up right now, Jane, and say I hate licorice altogether, unless it's raspberry and those raspberry white bullets. They're top notch.
I personally,
licorice.
I like licorice. I think I'd like the idea of salted licorice. I haven't had it before, though. What about you, Bill?
I hate licorice. My mum loves it and it was always in our pantry growing up. And so as a kid, I'd be like, oh, yes, we got chocolate. And then I'd be like, oh,
Do you salt it yourself?
No, it'd come salted.
Where do you even get that stuff?
It'd probably be in the lolly section, I guess.
you just haven't seen it.
Natalie
Ew.
from Meadow Heights. Unpopular food opinion. What are you into?
I've actually got two, but the number one is hot pancakes with butter and Vegemite.
Wow.
Yeah, wouldn't have
Interesting.
reached for that. I suppose it's not too much of a stretch to have butter and Vegemite on toast, and then it's just sort of a different texture with a pancake.
Again, it's just a bit of salt.
Below. Yeah, I don't know. I think that could work.
That's one. What's your other one, Natalie?
And the other one is hot scones with butter and Vegemite. So when I have to go to a high tea or something, I don't have scones because they don't have Vegemite.
Yeah, you just put Vegemite on stuff.
I think you just like Vegemite.
That's your bit. Debbie in Carrum Downs, what about yourself? What are you into?
Tripe.
That's Belle's going to hate
Is that
this.
meat
That's
jelly?
sheet stomach, isn't it?
Yeah, sheep stomach. Yeah, with onions and white sauce.
Look, I'm against
What are you, an
it.
ogre?
I'm against it because it's meat. But, Debbie, what I will say is I do like the fact that hopefully they're doing it this way, that you're using all of the animal.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Well, that's
If they are using the rest of it as well and then you're having that, then yeah. But,
Weird knowing, though, that sheep stomach's in your stomach.
Yeah.
mate, that's what I think about when you guys eat animals. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Hey,
You're-
Debbie, just
ew.
out of interest, thoughts on Top Deck chocolate?
I like Top Deck chocolate.
That's good. I was going to say, if Tripe Lady said she didn't like it, I'd be really worried about my chocolate choice.
Belle, there's been one story you've been obsessed with over the last 24 hours, and it is the paddleboarders. The update is they've been found.
Yes, and I wouldn't say I'm the only one that's been following this so closely. It looked like it was going to be a horrible ending. It looked like, they were gone. We would have lost 4 young people who just finished year 12. They set off from Rosebud, but then were found yesterday, almost 24 hours later, 20 kilometres away on Swan Island.
Do you think they meant to paddle out a fair bit and then get back in? Or because surely you'd think if you started getting sort of feeling like you're being pulled out, you just jump off the paddleboard, right?
No. So that's what they've said. They said they started to feel like there was winds, like 30-kilometre winds. The tide was going out. They were being pulled out.
Yeah.
And they've said they would just ride it round, see where they go, and they did. And they actually crossed over from Portsea to Swan Island near Geelong.
Oh, my God.
And made it there. They avoided all the ships coming through there.
All the sharks?
All the sharks. They could have gone out to Antarctica.
They probably should have jumped off the board, though, because if you jump off the board, then you don't have anything to float on, and then you just doggy paddling.
I just feel like...
Hang on, you said you should do that.
No, I'm saying you should stay on the board.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd be getting off the board.
Why?
It's freezing water
But then all
as
you're doing
well.
is jumping in the freezing water and fighting the current.
And the sharks.
It's so funny that I feel like a paddleboard's such an awkward thing to try and get back to somewhere on. You know what I mean? I would back in my freestyle over a paddleboard. I reckon.
Really?
Well, you got to stabilise yourself when you're swinging around.
No
and-
way.
But you're not in the water, and you're not in the complete unknown, I guess.
It must have been such a relief, though, for the family when they turned up on the island.
Absolutely. Well, 13-24-10. Have you been rescued?
Yeah.
If you have, they got airlifted to the hospital nearby, Geelong Hospital. If you've been rescued, whether it was on helicopter, whether it was just some firefighters.
You always know it's been a little bit hectic when you get that silver blanket. You know what I mean? Like after someone's been in some sort of shocking event, they get to wear the little reflective blanket.
Would you consider being rescued if you, say, got locked in the bathroom or something like that, and someone...
you were still rescued. If the fireys had to come, you were still rescued.
Okay.
If there was some form of emergency service that helped you out of a situation, in my book, you were rescued. Cara in Parkdale, what happened?
Oh, I went skiing in Italy. I was waiting for the Winter Olympics to start, and I went off-piste on a black run. So I had some lovely friends who took me skiing, probably to one of the hardest slopes in the area.
Yeah.
And I went off-piste, which means you ski right off the track into the forest.
Did you say that you were kind of a pro and it was fine that you were on the black slope or not?
No, I was a beginner, and they were a bit over-enthusiastic. Everybody likes to take you skiing. So, I ended up buried up to my waist in snow, and my skis were way buried, and it was the end of the day, so they were closing the run. So I got to be rescued by snowmobile.
Oh.
Is it a Ski-Doo?
Yeah, Ski-Doo.
Oh,
That's a brand.
That makes snowmobiles? Jeez, you had a rich family growing up. I'm like, that's the brand of snowmobile? I'm like, I've never seen one.
Justine in Mount Waverley, good morning. Have you been rescued? What happened?
Yes, I've been rescued. I was with a girlfriend out paddleboarding down at Blairgowrie.
You know what? Justine, be careful. They're bloody dangerous. They're death traps, those paddleboards.
They are very dangerous. And, we're out there for probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, and thankfully a guy on a sailboat came along, and then he got a bigger boat, found someone in a bigger boat that came along and rescued us. So we were worried about where we'd end up at that stage. So when I heard that yesterday, I was like, oh, my God, that could have been us. So.
Justine, can I ask, because I've never understood paddleboarding, I've never been paddleboarding, and I watch people do it, and I just think, what is the interest? Because you just stand there, don't you?
Yeah, it's actually quite calming and relaxing, so you can just go along and you concentrate on trying to stay afloat and stay upright, really.
Doesn't sound relaxing.
Relaxation thing.
I guess, if you were getting lost at sea on one, though, I personally would just lay down on it. Like, you don't have to stand the whole time. You can lay on it like it's a big surfboard.
Yeah, okay. Are they built, though, that if you do that, then they topple?
Nah, you better lay down on it.
I don't know, guys. I'm still back in the freestyle swim. Back in the amazing human body and try and get yourself back. Last call here from Sarah in Windsor. You were rescued.
I was on a snowboarding trip in Banff, which is in the Rocky Mountains in Canada, and we hiked out the back of the mountain. I'd had a few drinks, as you do on a sunny day in the snow, and we thought we'd try to do some backflips. I decided halfway through that I didn't want to do that anymore, so I came straight down and ended up dislocating my hip. We're in a pretty tricky spot for them to get to. Thankfully, my friend worked at Lift Ops and he was able to radio in ski patrol, so they came in, and I think we had to wait about 2 hours for a helicopter to come fly me out of the mountain.
So you got choppered out?
Yeah, I got choppered out.
So what were you doing? You were doing backflips. You were doing backflips in the snow, and then you broke your hip.
I mean, it makes me sound like a good snowboarder, but I'm not that good. I just thought, you know what? I've got a bit of liquid courage. I'm going to try. I literally got upside down, came straight back down, and it was spring, so my snowboard got stuck. My hip went the other way. And
did you mention something about insurance there? Like, were you? How much does a chopper cost you?
Well, thankfully, in the province I was in, Alberta, the first rescue you have is covered. So I was extremely lucky, and then my CommBank credit card managed to cover the rest of my fees because I had to get a CT and they had to put me under and put my hip back in.
Yeah, right. Did you say the first trip is covered?
I was all right.
Did you say the first trip's covered, not the second?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's fair. That's a fair deal. If they're coming down later in the week, like, oh, geez, this chick again. She's done the other hip.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter. Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Well, let's start off this morning with the New South Wales police officers who posted that Be Real with their guns. If you haven't seen it, it's been doing the rounds last 24 hours. They put the Be Real up, and they've got their guns pointed at each other, at themselves.
Obviously,
it's really not great.
When Be Real pops up, it's like that app. It takes a photo on the front camera and, the camera that faces out. But I feel like this is just really confirmed what we've known all along, that they are mucking around with guns behind closed doors.
100%.
I mean, when you think about it,
people are outraged. They're like, oh my God. It's like, of course they are.
Obviously,
they're playing with their guns.
So, I mean, do you work in a workplace? Are you working the whole time?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good thing.
No.
Don't get me wrong. It's very bad PR and very bad for those people. They're definitely 100% losing their job. Definitely shouldn't have put it on social media. But if Ben and I, Belle, could you just imagine for a second, if Ben and I had the strap, imagine how many tables would be rolling over every day, and the fake pistol whips and people walk behind corner.
I know. All day.
I do that with my hand, let alone if I had a real one on my...
This is why you are not police officers.
Well, probably.
Look, they have had their firearms secured and they've been put on administrative duties while an investigation is underway.
It's literally like the other guys. Like,
yes.
They give them wooden guns each, and then they're going to do their first desk pop.
And the pitch invaders from Saturday's soccer match have been given life bans, not only from just attending the matches, but also playing themselves. So no more soccer at all for them. This was issued by Football Australia. So, kind of justice, I guess, has been served.
Well, some would say justice would be a bucket full of sand to the head to that guy. I always feel, hopefully there'll be actual criminal charges, because I always feel like these life bans, I'm like, how are they enforcing that? Like, surely you can just wear a hoodie and get in on a different gate on like a different day. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
So, yeah, it's a good point, actually.
I'm assuming there'll be like assault charges, because when he threw the bucket at Tommy Glover, the Melbourne City King.
Well, it depends if Glover
laceration on the face, full concussion.
Does Glover want to press charges?
Yeah, maybe not, but there's also the other injuries in the stadium there as well, isn't
The
there?
flares, yeah.
Cameraman and whatnot. But yeah, pretty nasty story all round.
And finally, O.J. Simpson has openly denied the rumours that he's Khloe Kardashian's biological father. Now, this maybe to you sounds like it's out of the blue, but this rumour has been floating around for years. Since 2017, people have started noticing that Khloe doesn't really look like she fits in with the other sisters.
I think this isn't even a rumour. This, for me, is almost confirmed. I think it's so much pointing towards him being the father.
Well, if you cast your mind back, obviously, Robert, her father, and Chris's husband was on the legal team during the murder trial with O.J. Simpson. But after this rumour has been spread around, this is what O.J. had to say.
You know the rumour?
Yeah, but the rumor ain't true. It's not even nowhere close. Chris was a cute girl. She was really nice. But, you know, I was dating.
You know the...
Yeah, Juice. Well, I mean, if he said it, it must be true, I suppose. If I've learnt one thing in my life, it's that he's a trustworthy character, Orenthal. So you gotta take his word for it. When he say he didn't do it, he didn't do it. Okay, the glove don't fit.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.